What's up, guys? It's your boy Killer Rap back at it again, and today we're going to be checking out the new Liquid Tension Experiment song called Hypersonic. It was just released a couple days ago, and I'm really excited to hear it. For those of you who don't know, Liquid Tension Experiment is a prog rock metal conglomerate made by John Petrucci of Dream Theater fame, Jordan Rudess, and a bunch of other guys. And it's just a purely instrumental, very experimental, exotic kind of stuff. And this song is called Hypersonic off their upcoming album. I can only imagine that it's going to be bonkers, just by the virtue of the name. You can't call something hypersonic and then not go crazy on it. So I'm really excited to hear what we have in store today. So without much further ado, let's get into it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just to start off, you know what? They lived up to their name. They started off with this ridiculous, intense, fast barrage of notes. It gives me very much what's that, In the Name of God vibes. If any of you have heard In the Name of God by Dream Theater, that ending unison section is very similar in terms of how they go up and down the scales. Do you see that pedal tone stuff really in play here? Because that's something that John Petrucci really likes to do, is sort of leaving the open string and using it as sort of an anchor for the melody that's going on over top of it. You see that stuff in like Paradigm Shift. You see it in a bunch of Dream Theater songs. Anyway, just I wanted to make some observations here. So far, I'm liking what I'm hearing. It's very intense, very aggressive. The slapstick guy, I think it's Tony Levin is his name. Dude is insane, man. And it's interesting to see Mike Portnoy. Is that Mike Portnoy in the drums? That's pretty cool. I didn't know he was back, so that's cool. Anyway, very, very interesting stuff so far. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, it's only 30 seconds in. Oh my god. And this is very much in the style of Liquid Tension Experiment, Dream Theater, John Petrucci, everything. They have this crazy build-up section of intensity, and then they just smack you in the face with like this emotional melodic guitar solo. I know I kind of stopped right in the middle of there, but I just wanted to talk about that transition a little bit. It feels a little abrupt if you're not familiar with the style of Dream Theater and Liquid Tension Experiment for that matter, but you know, I'm a fan, so I can't really complain. It was so fire. It just, because it was subtle, right? It's more subtle. It's not quite in sync with the guitar and the keyboard parts, but it just drives everything forward. What just happened? I feel like I should have expected that. I was just about to say, you know what? John Petrucci's holding back on these solos. Like, he's just been more melodic, you know, a little bit more exotic with his note choices, you know, hitting some interesting triplets and stuff. And then he just hits you with this. I like to call these car crashes when John Petrucci just... It sounds like tires screeching almost, but in a good way. It's all enjoyable to listen to, but... Okay, that was really interesting. Like... I don't know how to feel about it. Like it had a lot of the core Liquid Tension Experiment elements, like in terms of their, you know, very exotic, crazy time signatures, crazy rhythms, all that stuff. They also experimented a bit more than, you know, historical Liquid Tension Experiment songs, with some of the note choices and chord changes. At least like Liquid Tension Experiment 1 and 2 were pretty standard in terms of how they structured it. Some of the changes felt a bit abrupt, but, you know, the solos were great. Everything, all around, just a fairly enjoyable track. I'll be honest, nothing really super stood out to me, though. I don't know. I'll have to give that a few more listens. Like, it was a real experience in terms of, like, the ride it took you on, and I was able to visualize a bit of this sort of... I don't think they necessarily have intent when they make songs like this, but... When I listen to songs like, you know, Liquid Tension Experiment, generally speaking, I like to visualize a story that tells itself through the music. In a lot of the original Liquid Tension Experiment songs, you know, you were going through the oceans or going through a jungle, like in this case, or, you know, something that tells itself. But in this case, I felt like there was no real progression between the segments, but I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all have better interpretation. Someone let me know. But in terms of the instrumentation, the technicality, everything is just you know, top notch, as it always is with these guys. But you know, I feel like the story was a bit missing. That's my take on it. You know, so thoroughly enjoyable track, very technically intense, very fast, crazy guitar solo. I really like the color in John Petrucci's solos. The first solo especially, but other than that, you know, solid, but maybe not the best thing they've ever put out. That's just my take on it. If you guys have any other recommendations of what I should be listening to next, let me know in the comments if you like what I'm doing. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and all that fun jazz. I know my uploads have been a little bit less frequent recently, but you know, that's just the way life blows, you know? You take the opportunities when they come to you. So that's what I'm doing here. As always, it's Killer App saying out. Peace.